Is it recording?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Hi, welcome to Glimpse TV. I'm Kate Northrup, and I'm here with my really good friend Jessica Ortner, who wrote this book. It's called The Tapping Solution for Weight Loss and Body Confidence, and it has a really good subtitle, so I'm going to read it. A Woman's Guide to Stressing Less, Weighing Less, and Loving More. And I love this book. I read this book when I went to London recently on the airplane, and it is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. You know, you were one of the first people who actually read the book. So when I got all of your texts and feedback, it was just so amazing.
I was like reading it, so I was in my dad's house in London, and I was reading it, and then Mike would be staying up a little bit later than me, and I would be in bed like doing my thing and tapping, and we've done a session together, which was spectacular. If you're not familiar with the emotional freedom technique, EFT, do you want to just give a quick intro on what that is?
Absolutely. It's like acupuncture, but without the needles. And so what you're doing is you're focusing on actually something that's creating anxiety, because we don't feel anxiety just in our brain. We feel it in our entire body.
Yeah.
So if we want to make a real shift, and we find that we're having trouble kind of talking our way out of our anxiety, what you do is you focus on how you're feeling, and you just begin to stimulate these acupressure points. And it sends this calming signal to the brain, letting your brain know that it's safe for you to relax. And you might notice that we naturally do this. So people go like this when they're stressed, or like this, or like this. We intuitively know that these are points that comfort us. So you combine that with focusing on what's challenging you. It gets to the point where you can have the thought, but without the physical anxiety. And that's when you can choose something more empowering. And that's when you can implement all the things that you know. I mean, this book is for those who say, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. And you feel a lot of anxiety when it comes to their weight and their body confidence.
Totally. So, just a little like inside scoop. On February something or other, I tried on my wedding dress and it wouldn't zip. And I had bought it last July, and I was like, shit, I have to do something about this. And my usual way would have been to like instantly go on some sort of, juice cleanse or something. Like just be like, whatever. And I reached out to Jessica, and she said, let's do a tapping session. And it was pretty powerful. What's cool about tapping that I found is that like things come up that you were not aware of. So can you talk about that in regards to weight and body stuff and like under the surface stuff?
Yeah. And I almost want to take a step back to and talk about the pattern of panic, which is what I talk about in the book, which is that's, we've all been there. You try something on and you go, oh my goodness, and I need to panic. Yeah. And because every time in the past we panicked, we started a diet, and maybe it worked for a little while. Maybe we lost, a pound or 2 pounds, but then we gained it all back again, and it's this really vicious cycle. And so I start off with talking about ending that pattern of panic, because if you don't do that, you're going to run the same cycle of dieting and then gaining the weight and not feeling like you're centered and in control. Right. And so what the tapping does is you're able to get to the emotions that are causing the panic. As women, I wrote this book for women because, men obviously have weight problems and I'm sure body confidence problems, but at a young age, girls are taught that their value is dependent on how they look. Yeah. And so suddenly our weight isn't just about our weight. It's about our value. It's about our ability to feel good about ourselves or just speak up. And that's where you have to look at those limiting beliefs and get to, those events in your life and those beliefs that you have about yourself that have held you back. Right. Because the pressure to lose weight is almost what's keeping a lot of us overweight and just unhappy, because
that's so interesting. The pressure to lose weight is what's keeping a lot of us overweight.
Absolutely. I would just start a diet. I was like a chronic dieter, and then I would be upset. I'd be angry. I'd be like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of dieting, and I would rebel by turning to food and eating, and that food was a way to almost let go of the pressure I felt to be a certain way. And so once I was able to let go of the pressure, and it's an ongoing process. Pressure comes up in every aspect of our lives. To have a tool like this, you can address the pressure and then, like I said, do the things that you know are good for you. Right. Not only that is when we have that panic, there is a biological response. There is a cocktail of hormones.
Right. Cortisol and insulin.
Yes.
And, those of course make you gain weight.
Your adrenals get out of whack. Yes, all those things. So it's like we're panicking about losing weight, and that very panic is making it very difficult on our body to let go of that weight. Yeah. And so we have to look at the stress to deal with the hormones in our body as well as our own behavior. So we're not using food as the only way to just escape.
Right. Oh, it's beautiful. So can we run through like just a 2-second for people who don't have any idea what tapping is?
Exactly. We're not going to start tap dancing. Yeah.
Although we could.
Did you
use to tap dance?
No.
Okay, I did.
No, I was the girl in dance class. Everyone was going like this, and I was going like this.
You,
like, I was
are a good dancer. Okay, but maybe not with tap shoes. But okay, so we're gonna do different tapping.
Yes, different tapping.
So lead me through it, and we'll show our friends.
So let me go through the points really quick. So the first point is the side of the hand, and it's the karate chop point. So if you're watching this, just do it on tap as well. And it doesn't matter what hand you tap on or what side of the body. Then the eyebrow point, which is where the hair of the eyebrow begins, right on the bone. And then you follow that bone until you're on the side of the eye. Yep. Then follow the bone again until you're underneath the eye. Then underneath the nose. The chin point, which is the crease between the lip and the chin. The collarbone point. So if you feel that U shape in your, U shape here, you go down an inch and over an inch, you'll feel it. And you can you can use your whole hand and tap on your chest. And then the next spot is a sore spot. It's underneath your arm. It's a bra strap it's like for women, it's where your bra strap is. It's a hand width from your armpit. It tends to be sore for a lot of people. And on top of your head is the last, right? Yeah, it's interesting. And it's the last point. So what you do, those are the points. So the way that you do the process is you start with the karate chop point, and you say, even though I'm panicking about fitting in my wedding dress or whatever it is.
Even though I'm panicking about fitting into my wedding dress. I'm not anymore, but I was. Yeah.
Yes. I accept how I feel.
I accept how I feel.
And you say that 3 times. And let me just explain. Actually, let's just keep tapping while I explain why we do this. This is when people think, all right, this is getting weird, but you know what I mean? Like, why would I accept myself? But it's, we're fighting our emotions so often, and that's what keeps it stuck in place. And when we're able to just say, this is where I am, it opens us up to the entire process. And there's really a power to that. Then you tap on the rest of the points while you say how you feel. And so, I always joke that if you swear like a sailor, you're allowed to swear like a sailor, just not around children. It's about giving a voice to the panic, because you want to get to the point where you can say the words without feeling the physical response.
Totally.
So you'll get to the point where you'll keep tapping, and it might sound like something like this, like this panic about getting into this dress, about this big event. What are people going to think? Am I good enough? This pressure to lose weight. All of this panic. And you keep tapping again until you can say those words without feeling the panic. And then you can say these amazing affirmations.
Which are in the book.
Which are in the book as well. Because again, what we're doing with the tapping is just sending that calming signal. So if we have a negative thought that's creating anxiety and we send a calming signal, it doesn't fit, right? Because it's easy to kind of relax and go, well, that's not actually true. And when we're thinking something positive and sending a calming response, we can relax into that positive feeling. Yeah. And what's cool is that with your book, people can take everything that they're learning in your book and begin to tap on the blocks that you share.
That's true.
And then the affirmations as well. So it's a process that you can really combine to really learn anything.
You're right. It could be for weight loss. It could be for money stuff. It could be for, anything, pain. I know that you guys talk about the Ortner. There's like a Ortner empire.
It's our family.
It's a dynasty. And I just want to say that the way you write the tapping meditations, she calls them tapping meditations, is really profound, because I was reading them and I was like, wow, Jess is in my head. So it was cool, because one of the things I struggle with tapping, and you may feel the same way, is knowing what to say. And I was like, oh, here's one, feeling safe to shine. This one was one in particular that I was like, whoa, you wrote it out, so I don't have to worry about what to say. I just read your thing and said it, and then it worked. So that's what's so cool about the book. It's super practical. It's also really well written.
Thank you.
You're a gem. I love you so much. And buy this book. And they can just do it on Amazon, or is there a special way they should do it?
Do it on Amazon. I will get you a link. We have a lot of great bonuses and stuff. So we'll hook you guys up.
Below the video, click the link and you'll get it. So I love you, Jess.
I love you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to wrap up with the 2 questions I always ask, which are, number 1 is, what are you doing right now that you're afraid of, but that you're doing anyway?
It's called this book. It's called this video. This whole, launch process. I struggled so much with my body confidence and weight that I never thought it would be something that I would talk about. And I'm really personal in this book and very vulnerable. And there's moments where it's still scary, and I'm glad that I have tapping. Really, I'm glad that I am able to even refer to the things that I teach in the book to help me do what I'm scared of and grow in this way.
That's so cool. So you still tap on every day?
Yeah, every day. Well, I tap mostly at nighttime.
Yeah.
I envision something that I want that's making me scared, and I tap until I can visualize it without feeling any anxiety in my body.
So beautiful. That's a great practice. It's a great practice. And the last question is, when do you feel the most free?
When I'm dancing. Not in a tap dance class, not with choreography, I'm bad at that, but when I'm the first girl at the wedding who's getting on the dance floor.
Yes. To boogieing with you at our wedding.
I will be getting old Uncle Joe up and dancing.
Awesome. Amazing. We have Uncle Leroy.
Leroy.
Uncle
Leroy. She's coming for you.